Hello everyone, welcome to this reading. My name is Mira and this is Age of Aquarius Oracle. So this reading is supposed to be a continuation of the previous reading about a person or group of people receiving a gift, most likely a psychic gift that is possibly inherited from a grandmother or ancestor in general. And having trouble or difficulties to come into terms with this gift, I want to look at your past, as much as your spirit guides will allow, to look at your present challenges and maybe offer some guidance for the future. I'm also using my old microphone because somehow the one that I was using, the voice is always so silent. I have to boost it to 200%, and still is quite low. But this microphone will pick up everything, any noises, even with the noise suppression. And if the neighbors start drilling again, it's probably game over. But we'll see. I prepared 2 oracle decks. This is the Synchronicity deck by Katie Nichols, and this is the Witches Oracle, and 2 tarot decks. So let's see, what can we know about maybe mainly focus on the present bloom. What kind of energies are there within you, around you? What would be the significator for this reading? Anything else? No? There is something. I'm not shuffling correctly, obviously. For the card to come out. This is just not any card. Okay, I was feeling one more. Alright, so we have bloom, and this may be speaking about you coming to power, growing, entering the bloom phase of your development. Then the second card that came up is blocked. So you feel somehow blocked, boxed in, pinched, and joy in reverse. That kind of fits with what I was getting in the last reading, apart from blocked. I mean, that apart from reluctance to maybe accept this gift, there wasn't, I don't remember there was anything specific about being blocked, but we'll look into that. And from this deck, okay, this deck, I also pre-shuffled it already, and it most definitely wanted to talk, because 2 cards jumped. Is that it? Okay. Where can I put this? It's just like that. And we got crafter, creativity in reverse, scrying, divination, also in reverse, and kitchen witchery, recipes. I'm not at all familiar with this deck, so I'm going to check the guidebook, because the messages are usually quite short in this. So this is 15, 28, and 25. Okay. Shadow side unveiled. Sensory overload may have caused your visual perception to close down. Instead of denying the creative pursuit you love, start crafting, making, and creating. Get stuck in and let your natural skills and talents shape your imagination once again. Sensory overload, that is definitely something that came out in the reading yesterday. Then we have, let's go to the kitchen witchery recipes that came out upright. Your intent and focus are key to creating your desired outcome as you look to the magical attributes of even the most basic ingredients. So it's kind of calling to focus on the basics, on the simple things, and scrying in reverse. It's a mistake to dismiss visions as figments of your imagination. Release the need to control as something is being hidden from you. Open your eyes. Okay. Yeah. Your resistance is possibly causing this block, and some of you may not be resisting it intentionally or on purpose, but there is, with the block card and with all that came out here specifically, and also with the joy in reverse, there is something maybe within you that is unconscious, maybe your programming, something that is causing you to resist it on some level. Okay, so let's take a look. I'm going to do a spread. Oh, these cards are new, not very bendy. Okay. Interesting. I was guided to do it differently. To start on the bottom. Wow. And now it makes sense. Beautiful. And the sun on the bottom, it's in reverse, but it's the sun. All right. So this is your past, this is your present, and this is your future. And it also sort of, now I see it aligns, maybe also thematically, we'll see. Okay, so in the past we have the Hangman, Ace of Pentacles in reverse, and Knight of Cups in reverse. So let's clarify the Hangman. The Hangman is about, well, reflecting, changing mindsets, but also about sacrifice. Can we clarify? Oh, Four of Swords. That is healing. So it looks like you did a lot of, I don't know, I did not specify the Empress in reverse again. Okay. So I did not specify whether we are looking into the recent past or more distant past, but it feels more like recent past, not your childhood. So Four of Swords is about healing, and as I was mentioning, the Hangman, it also can signify enlightenment. And in the reading yesterday, there was this card of Venom. So some sort of great suffering that you went through that maybe did catapult you into this reflection and change of mindset, because it was either that or, I don't know, feels like slow death. There is this vastness of the space. And it's a huge perspective shift from the moon looking at the earth that gives me really massive shift. And with the Four of Swords, as I was saying, this is about deep healing, recharging, and with the Empress in reverse, this is emotional overwhelm. So this is maybe what you were trying to heal. The Empress in reverse is this need for self-care. Maybe this is something that you discovered, that the self-love, the need to nurture yourself in order to be, in order to heal. This is how often healing works, where we finally stop sacrificing for other people, and first and foremost start to care about ourselves, to put ourselves first, to be a little bit selfish. And we have here the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. This is lack of resources, some sort of disadvantage, feeling ungrounded. Ten of Cups in reverse with the King of Pentacles. So, I mean, this can be trouble with family. This can be a divorce with the King of Pentacles. Well, regardless if it should symbolize a man or a woman for you, but maybe it symbolizes the provider or a significant person that help you with the resources. The Ace of Pentacles also sometimes symbolizes, and I'm being reminded or guided to say, gifts or material support with strings attached. So take it how it resonates, but the Ten of Cups in reverse, this is definitely a family matter, family conflict, some sort of disconnect. And also superficial happiness, that's something that looks good on the outside, but in reality it's painful. And the Explorer of Cups is the Knight of Cups, and it's in reverse. And when I look at this card, I'm always being guided or reminded what I'm getting from this is this fish is heading towards deeper water, towards darkness. Whether it was something that you are simply not afraid of, or it was necessity. Let's clarify. This definitely, Knight of Cups is ruled by emotions, to have a open heart. And when it's in reverse, it's like saying, we'll see. Oh yeah, King of Cups as a, yeah, okay, exactly what I was getting. Being very sensitive, but also, since it is in reverse, I don't want, how to say it, I don't want to say emotionally immature, but maybe not equipped or guided how to deal with difficult emotions. This is something that you were not taught as a child, and dealing with emotions was problematic for you. Maybe still is. But here we have Explorer of Swords. So this is the Knight of Swords, and this is already speaking about taking actions in this area, gathering knowledge, right? But let's back here, yeah, with the King of Cups as a clarifier. This is speaking about this empathic sense, right? The King of Cups came out in the yesterday's reading as well. This is emotional intelligence, and the neighbor started drilling. Okay, I hope that my voice will be considerably louder than the background noise, and I'll see what I can do with it in post-processing. Probably not much, but it will be a lesson learned either way. Was there something else I wanted to say? Yeah, this emotional intelligence, you didn't have that. I mean, no one has that from beginning or when we are born, right? This is something that we develop. That is something that our parents or guardians need to help us with, to develop that. How to deal with difficult emotions, how to be resilient when it comes to certain emotions, how to speak positively about ourselves, and yeah, and how to take care of our emotional state, how to love ourselves. And as I said, this is something that you didn't have. When it comes to present, we have Seven of Pentacles, and this thread is right about the changing the perspective. This is you blooming from that awakening or shift of perspective that you had, learning how to love yourself, This is already slowly showing some progress, some growth. Let's clarify. Nine of Swords in reverse. Okay. Ooh, that is a heavy energy. And Page of Wands. So this is what you are learning to deal with, right? This is depression, negative self-talk, inner turmoil. This is shame, humiliations, the negative emotions that were in the past maybe causing you to do exactly that, to sit at home overwhelmed with all the things, unable to focus and unable to emotionally calm yourself or to come into terms with these emotions, because emotions are very, very important and they carry information. But it also, for empaths, it is difficult to distinguish which are our own emotions and which are emotions that we picked up, how to say it, from other people. And then we have a Page of Wands. Oh, sorry. Is this? Yeah, this is Page. And as you can see on this card, she's quite... There are these mini lizards crawling all over her, and she feels still a little bit overwhelmed, but it looks like she's dealing with it. This is dynamic move forward, as we are clarifying Seven of Pentacles. So you are making progress in this area. Whether this is something that you learned on your own and you read some books that or you watched some podcasts, or however you came to some information that maybe you went to therapy, right? You got some sort of framework that you can work with. With the Eight of Cups, I mean, Eight of Cups traditionally speaking about leaving, walking away, walking towards the light, but this card is quite different. Eight of Cups. We have a way of breadcrumbs, of cups, of emotions leading us through the mountains towards the moon, not the sun. Or maybe you coming this way, maybe you went through the mountains and are coming out of the darkness. In any case, it could fit either way, because the moon represents reflection and emotions, right? All right. And the sun again fell on the floor, so I'm keeping that. Okay. And the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is feeling stuck. Clarifying Eight of Cups. I mean, Eight of Cups is definitely a new path, regardless whether you're walking towards the moon or sun. This is something that is left behind. It is some sort of soul searching and definitely charting a course. It's a movement in any case. With the sun in reverse, this is self-doubt and lack of confidence, and also maybe negative mindset. How we are built from evolutionary psychology perspective is to remember the negatives, to focus on the negatives, because that was dangerous. What is good, perfect, right? But we need to remember and focus on the negatives in order to survive and solve the problems for the survival. To focus on what is going good, and maybe this is why this is also coming up, that there is already progress. This is coming up in order for you to closely look at it, maybe to list it for yourself, how far you already come from the beginning, or from compared to your past. Because in a way you still don't believe you can do it, or you're still doubting yourself. Yeah, and we have the sun in reverse here. So this is here just echoing the energy of you doubting yourself, whether you can use the gifts and use them for good, for yourself and for other people as well, if you wish to. It was there, it was in the energy, the doubt, and also not seeing the positive. But the outcomes are very good, and we'll get to that. And we have Eight of Swords in reverse. And this is again limiting beliefs. This is you blocking yourself, right? Fits beautifully. Because of the self-talk you have. This is self-sabotage. This is you mentally saying that this is, I can't do it, I can't be successful, I can't deal with that, it's, I don't know, too much, I don't know anything. But you can do whatever you want. You have the power. And we have here the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Let's clarify the Explorer of Swords, so the Knight of Swords. And this is making progress. This is action-oriented. This is communication. This is, I mean, swords are about challenges, about intelligence, decisions, power of mind. Five of Cups in reverse. This is feeling hurt and disappointed. Why? Maybe some... This is sort of, I'm getting more, yeah, some sort of despair from this card. Maybe reliving your past, or I don't know if you are that type of person that ruminates about the past, reliving the past. But if so, in any case, this is just a clarifier for the Explorer, and that is a pride. So this is you making sense out of this, logically, maybe dissecting what hurt you, how, maybe, oh, right, okay, maybe this is you learning about your triggers, your childhood trauma, how were you Oh, okay, okay. How are you shaped or disappointed, where you were disappointed by other people, they disappointed you by emotional neglect, or I don't know exactly, but it's some sort of past hurt. Okay. And the judgment in reverse. Yeah. And also working on that self-doubt and masking. And this is also learning from the past, right? Learning, if it's in reverse, this is about learning from the past, maybe from your childhood traumas, to learn what happened that shaped me the way I am now, and how can I heal that. Beautiful. And we have for the future energy support 10 of Cups, and that is wonderful. We had it here in reverse, but here it is upright, and there is a lot of love, a lot of green, right? The heart chakra, but we have all the colors, and this is pink. I don't know if it should be red, or yeah, it's not necessarily all the colors for the base chakras, but in any case, the 10 of Cups is a family, a soul family. This is a sanctuary within yourself. This is positive future, everything ending well. And it's clarified by the Page of Cups. Oh, this was Explorer. Okay. Page of Cups in reverse. This is, yeah, maybe overcoming this hypersensitive nature. A Knight of Cups again, this time upright. Okay, and it's the same person. It's like you are going from this Page of Cups in reverse to the Knight of Cups upright, which is a person, a creative, open-hearted, someone who can see the future positively and making progress. Page of Cups is kind of slow progress, but it's a progress. It's not the slowest moving knight, but not the fastest. The swords are the fastest. But this is what you are building towards, and with the 10 of Cups, this is successful. This can be also speaking about uniting people, building a soul family of people that are facing these kind of problems. What you are doing for yourself, you can maybe help others with. I think I was mentioning that in the yesterday reading, but I barely remember what I said 10 minutes ago, especially in the readings, much less what I said the previous day. Okay, is there anything else I wanted to say? Well, it's definitely passion. Passion and creativity. And also notice this laid back nature of this Knight of Cups. There is not an ounce of stress in this person. Okay, I don't know why I went here, but let's clarify the Empress in reverse. And this is, I already talked about the Empress in reverse here. This is a deep need for self-care. And the Knight of Swords. We have so many knights. So this is, I think yesterday, was that reading or a different one? Wasn't there Eight of Cups on the bottom? No, there was a different reading. Not Eight of Cups, Eight of Wands. What was... There was no bottom? I don't remember because there was no spread. Oh, okay. Sorry. Knight of Swords. So, I spoke about it here, right? This is action oriented. This is you taking steps to learn to care for yourself, to learn how to deal with emotional overwhelm. Maybe also overcoming a mother wound, if there is one. I mean, with the Empress in reverse can symbolize a mother wound. So this is you learning to do that. A Knight of Swords, that's action. That's very specific actions that wanted to come out or not. There's a Ten of Pentacles in reverse. And a Page of Swords as well. Okay, so Ten of Pentacles, this speaks about ancestral wounds, so healing that. Can be also speaking about lost traditions, but I think can be both in this case, because we had some inherited gifts. But ancestral wounds, definitely. Maybe healing the relationship with your mother. And that may be very difficult to do if there is a mother wound. And of course, if your mother has not changed, and real healing from both sides is not possible, you can heal it for yourself. That doesn't mean you become best friends if it's not feasible, if your mother did not work on herself. But to get to a point where you can forgive her for traumatizing you, because it is rarely done for malignant reasons. It is done unconsciously because our parents did not know any better. Maybe it was a behavior that was normal, and still it was probably better than they were raised, right? But they usually still, unless we heal, we are doomed to make the same mistake or similar mistake as our parent, and force the trauma on our children. And this is not, as I said, something that is done intentionally, definitely not, but it's done unconsciously. And it's done nonetheless. That is not to say that they should not, or that you don't have the right to feel hurt. Sorry. That's not what I'm saying. I forgot what I was saying. Okay. Oops. And the Page of Swords, that's the thirst for information. That is the curiosity, that is the agile mind. This is saying that you will find a lot of pleasure in learning about this. And this, where we talked about this, we had here the Explorer or the Knight of Swords, and we have the Knight of Swords and the Page of Swords. That is a lot of know-how. This is maybe, I don't know, studying psychology, or attachment theory, the trauma that we spoke about. Okay. And the last card is the Wheel of Fortune. And this is fate. This is destiny. What was this thread about? Okay, material issues. And this was Eight of Cups, walking away. Oh, right. I was speaking about, well, maybe this was the emotional healing from this. I did not connect it right away. And the self-doubt and self-sabotage. Maybe doubting that you can do it by yourself, or that you can do it in general, because of the disconnect with the family. The disconnect in your family caused some of your limiting beliefs, and self-doubt with the Sun. So a Wheel of Fortune is a new cycle. This is a break, a turning point. Queen of Pentacles, beautiful. This is you being generous, creative, passionate, confident, being able to maybe provide for yourself. And Six of Cups, this is creating happy memories. Three of Pentacles in reverse. Why is the Three of Pentacles in reverse here? My first Six of Cups, what I said, creating happy memories, right? Building friendship, building a happy life for yourself. Because this is just a clarifier for the Wheel of Fortune. A turning point towards this. And why the Three of Pentacles? Oh, because you are doing it alone? I mean, a Three of Pentacles is cooperation, but this card, well, she has some little helpers, magical helpers, the gnomes, or how they are called, and she's painting. I mean, in the end, no matter how much help we have, either from therapists or support groups or from whoever, the most work we do internally is by ourselves, right? There is no one that can, I mean, there may be several parts of you in your head, but there are still parts of you and you are one person. Okay, interesting. This is maybe also how you can break your block to do the parts work, to speak with the inner parts of yourself. And this is representing all the seasons. Winter, spring, summer, fall. Okay, I'm not getting anything else. So, is there anything else I can do here to provide some sort of information or guidance? I was getting M names, but I don't know. Female M names. But they might be too common, I don't know. Mary and Miranda. And let's give you one inner child oracle card. And I'm going to leave it here. Right, what I wanted to say here as well, we had here joy in reverse. You are finding your joy. You are most definitely finding your joy. So please, guidance for the viewer. And also this reading may be for you even if your name doesn't start with M, right? And also I know that the name Mary is so common that, well, but I heard it, so there you go. Get lost. Fall deep into the realm of imagination. It's like positive thinking, maybe affirmations. There is a playfulness exercise. Okay, yeah, maybe that's what you need to do to be more playful. She's painting here. Maybe this is something you're into as well. Or some other form of creativity. What was something? Yeah, crafter, right. He was something about creativity. Well, I mean, it says here. I already forgot. Okay, good. Have you ever gotten lost in your travels only to find an unknown treasure along the way? A treasure that could only be found if you had not known your way. As adults, we pride ourselves on knowing the way we should go and following it, but as children, the way we felt we should go was always the way we found ourselves to already be. There is magic in these lost places, for only when we do not know the way we are open enough for something unexpected to find us. If you have pulled this card, then it might be time to allow yourself to get a little lost. Playfulness exercise. This was the fear of the unknown, and we had this yesterday with the Tower in reverse as the overarching energy. Now I remember. Be open to new experiences and allow for the magic of imagination to pull you into its world. Let your imagination guide you in this practice. It could be through a new idea or a new way of viewing the world. It could be through creating a new piece of artwork or by writing an untold story. Let your imagination run free and do what connects you to the wonderment of childhood, where anything is possible and the extraordinary lies just around the corner. Okay, so there is also warning that going to the woods without the GPS and don't get lost on purpose and die from exposure, right? Of course. But in general, excellent note is, and this is also something I'm trying to do and don't have time, write your story. Everyone has a one book inside of them, and I'm not saying you need to publish this book. Maybe you will give it to someone one day, your children, or maybe your future spouse, or maybe no one ever. But it can help you immensely to write your story or to keep journal, because once your worries are on the paper, your brain sort of gives up on ruminating on them, because then you won't forget. It's written down. We know about it. We, like, internally, when I was speaking about the parts, right, we talked about it, and then it's, for the brain, it's sort of over. Like, the part of you that was the negative self-talker or the warrior, constantly worrying about the future, they then shut up, because we have this negative self-talk and limiting beliefs all over the reading. All right, that's it. Thank you very much for being here. I hope that you felt seen and heard, and I hope to see you next time. Goodbye.